everyone. I hope you all are having a beautiful day. I want to thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate you. We're going to do a collective reading, find out what you need to know for your highest good. What does the collective need to know? Soulmates at the bottom of the deck. The Sword and the Rose and the Snake. So you're going to get some clarity when it comes to a third-party situation when dealing with a soulmate. Maybe not today. This person is watching you. They're watching you grow. They're watching you ascend. They want to bring you some clarity. Clarity maybe about feeling like they were trying to protect something, honor something, and maybe they realized it was trying to force something. Okay. What else does the collective need to know, please? Eternal curse. Feedback. Gossiper. Seeking help. Yeah, this has been something that's happened through lifetimes. At the very least, it's generational. But it's just ignoring what they're feeling, basically. Ignoring the futility of it. Because they cared too much about what other people thought. What other people said. I don't think it was coming from a bad place. I think they genuinely they didn't know any other way. And it felt like help to them. And then you came, and it felt like a cage, like they were running in circles, and it caused them to really have to look deeper, really examine what is truth and what is illusion. And what do I want? What is taking all my energy? Okay. You may have also been in that, because the 1111, the soulmates, I mean, you can often be on kind of parallel paths where you're learning similar lessons, or at least similar spectrums of lessons. Like self-worth, for example. This could be anything, but let's say self-worth. Like there may be unhealthy self-worth, like vanity, things like that. Then there could be a lack of self-worth, like somewhere along that spectrum. More than likely, you both are working through things because you're here to heal things for yourselves and others. Okay. What else does the collective need to know? And you don't have to necessarily even actively try to heal things. I feel like what I've found is when I try to help instead of just doing what feels right to me and just expressing whatever it is. But if I actively try to do too much, it doesn't work anyways. Not that you shouldn't get out there and try to help, but you have to let them. You can give them pieces, but they have to really do it. If you invest too much of yourself, I feel like you disrupt them, and yeah, you don't know their inner world. Nobody can lead anyone else. We can all be friends and help each other, but You know your inner world. I don't. High Priestess. And truthfully, you know your external world and I don't. Okay. Six of Swords. Justice. Two of Pentacles. The Emperor. And the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so you knew that there was something off. Whatever third-party situation there was in the past, your intuition told you that this person wasn't being honest with the stability of this foundation. So they you maybe could sense like this wasn't healthy. Things were falling apart. Maybe they didn't see it, you know, something of that nature. But it seems like you kind of left that situation behind. You knew that they had to work things out. They had to balance things, correct things. So you made the decision to allow them to work through it on their own so that they could be who they were meant to be. And you kind of went to your own space and trusted that they would find their path. Okay. Let's clarify. Clarify the Six of Swords, please. Thank you. Nine of Swords. Ten of Wands. The Emperor and the Four of Cups. Okay. Yeah, so it was like you knew you had to leave this situation behind because you couldn't do the hard work to make them rise up. They had to do that. And so you did. You got in your boat and you trusted the truth of what you knew, even though it may not have been easy. You know, you may have worried, is this correct for me? Did I make the right choice? Clarify Justice, please. Whoa. That was a lot. Okay. Temperance, healing. Okay. We have the Ten of Swords, Three of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Cups, and Six of Pentacles. Okay, I don't want to say this in a way that sounds bad. It might sound bad in the way that I say it, but you knew it was going to end and you were almost waiting for that. Like, I don't know if you were actively waiting, like, oh, I can't wait till it ends. Like, I don't know about if it was anything like that. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. But you definitely seemed to be aware that it was going to end, that it was, you know, on the outs, that this person had stuff that they had to do. And you knew that it was only a matter of time. And I think that you believe that once that happens, then your good fortune comes in. Then it's time for you to have, you know, this person maybe come back in, expressing how they feel about you and wanting to give to this situation, making it correct, bringing balance. Okay. Healing things. Yeah, healing the connection. You think they were kind of blocking this connection because it was too intense, and clearly they were in another situation, but I don't know. I guess maybe because they were in another situation and it was too intense, you feel like they had to be like, no, go away. I'm in something. even though the connection felt real and hard to ignore. Clarify the Two of Pentacles, please. The Sun. Three of Swords. Five of Swords. Page of Swords. 10 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, so you kind of, you made the decision to let this person figure out what they needed to, because essentially what I'm seeing is they were kind of presenting to the world, to themselves, to whoever, to you, that they were in this happy connection, that it was, maybe they thought it was their soulmate, you know, this is who they were going to be with, this is the life they built, this is what they wanted. But you knew that they had to see, they had to not lie to themselves about how much pain they were in, how much pain maybe this other person was in. There was possibly some betrayal here. I mean, I think you recognized that it wasn't your place. Maybe you tried to show them or tell them. Maybe you didn't. But either way, you knew this is not mine to fix. Like, this person needs to see what they need to see in this connection for themselves. Like, I don't think you tried to fight it. Yeah, you knew you were just going to keep moving towards the things that you wanted, keep creating the life that you deserve, one step at a time. And you trusted that this person would take their space, take their time, see new perspectives, and you'd come together again in the future. All right. Clarify the Emperor, please. Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Five of Pentacles. Death. Judgment. Okay, so this person definitely went through transformation. The universe would not allow them to not. The universe woke them up, forced them to see clearly. And they went through a huge transformation here. About how they kept themselves stuck in this feeling like they didn't have enough, maybe didn't deserve certain things, and shifted into this, knowing they create their world, they create their reality, they are capable. Okay, and it seems like they also may have seen how they were in this connection that maybe, yes, there was an intimate connection with them. Like they had known them, they had given, but it may be in comparison to this intense connection that you had, you know, they were blocking this intense connection and choosing this connection that they were already invested in, but maybe wasn't really what they wanted in love. And they had to learn how to stand up for themselves. They had some healing to do to really trust themselves and what they wanted. And understand themselves. Understand that they did not have to live in this space. Maybe they were blaming. I mean, it could have been like, life is unfair, it's too hard, you know, why does this always happen to me? And then was like, you know what? okay, life is unfair. Life is hard. What am I going to do with it? And they started moving. Just saying. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. I don't think they necessarily denied that life was hard, but because it is. It is hard. And that's why we need to show each other grace. But we're strong and we're smart. And we're silly. All right, Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck again. All right. So to clarify, the Queen of Pentacles, we have the King of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so I'll be honest. I think for you, you've come to this point when, like, maybe you were sad about this for a while. You know, you thought about them. You genuinely cared for this person. But I think there was a time when you decided, you know what? Every time I think about this connection, it just brings me pain, and I don't want to keep feeling that. I want to move forward. And so you started building and growing. You trusted that you were the master of your world. And you built from the seed up. You built this world for yourself. So I think you know, it may not have been easy. You know, it may have hurt. Yeah, you had love for this person. Wasn't necessarily easy. But I think you recognized when it moved past, like, okay, I'm trying to look back at this to heal things, and realized you were just sort of sitting in that sadness. And you said, okay, I'm done with that. Okay, High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Clarify the High Priestess, please. Thank you. Eight of Cups. Six of Swords. Two of Cups. Nine of Wands. And the Lovers. So now this person is wanting to come in. They've left behind this Two of Cups. You know, this connection that they were in. They left it behind. And they stood up for themselves. They realized they'd been going around and around. You don't become the wounded warrior because you realize, okay, this isn't working. This is dangerous and I need to get out of here. It's because you stay there. And you keep thinking, okay, I'll just put one more stake in there and that'll keep me safe. And you keep just taking it. And they realized, you know, they had to make a choice. And they did. They chose to walk away and move into something new, to trust themselves. And they're going to be reaching out. And you trust that. Your intuition is telling you. Okay, let's get you guys some advice. Advice for the collective, please. Slow down. Create presence. And lighten up. Okay. Trust. Okay. How do I say this? Trust that everything happened exactly as it was meant to. The slow down card, yes, it can be about slowing down, but it's also about noticing that life is not a race. It's not a competition. So whatever expectations that maybe you had that maybe weren't met, that might not be what is important. So maybe you feel like, I would never date an ex. Maybe you have this belief system of once a cheater, always a cheat. I mean, there's so many that it could be anything. Maybe it's, you know, if they didn't recognize it right away, well, then I don't want it. I don't know. But it's feels kind of like one of those types of situations that you had this belief, or maybe you do now, maybe you've been holding on to it, and you're being guided to really recognize, like, it doesn't have to be so hard. It really doesn't. When you're in the moment and that energy is there, that's when you get to do something with it. So what are you going to do? You know, are you going to hold on to they should have or shouldn't have? Or are you going to see what is there now? All right, I love you guys. If you'd like to join us for the extended, there's a link in the description box for memberships. Clarity and Confirmation or higher will get you access to all of the extendeds. If not, I hope you have the most magical day. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.